You're right, lads, and welcome to a video that I wasn't actually going to do, but this is a video regarding my thoughts on FIFA 15 so far, the gameplay, the ratings, what I've seen, what I've played, stuff like that. And we're going to kick this off in the demo. This is the introductional game, Liverpool versus Manchester City, and this is the pre-game stadium tour, the cutscenes, the graphics that you get before the match actually starts. And I'm just going to start by praising the graphics, because I think not only do the larger things like the stadiums look fantastic, the fans look brilliant, especially in the special parts they've done like the Kop, the yellow wall at Dortmund, they're all going to look great. But the little things like the Premier League team sheets that come up, I know they'll only work when you use a Premier League team and Ultimate Team, I think as well. That's the way Kazooie half explained it regarding goal line technology. But little additions like that are really, really cool in my opinion. You know, the crossbar shaking, the net lifting off when you score, the corner flag, you can kick the shit out of it. Stuff like that, I think the guys that have to work on the graphics have done really good this year. Even the lines in the pitch and the way it gets scuffed up just makes it a nicer experience, and just makes it seem a lot more realistic. They're the little graphics I was talking about. And even though I guess in Ultimate Team you won't really see them very much, people do skip quite a lot, so you won't really get to see much of them. And that brings me on to a downside in a way, and that is, I think, when playing there's too many cutscenes, and an Ultimate Team or online you have to keep spamming A to get through them, and in a way I can't be bothered, so perhaps, I'm not sure if they'll cut them down for Ultimate Team and they'll just be career mode, because that's really what all this stuff is for. Licensed referees, that I've seen Howard Webb as well, which is a bit strange given he's retired. I presume they'll remove him from the final game, and there's the Kop. What a sight that is. I hope the yellow wall is like that as well. It'd be nice if they had stuff like tifos and you know, pre-game displays and shit like that. The next bit is the team management, and if I'm honest, I really do not like what they've done to this. I think they've overcomplicated it too much. I think the in-game stats, the way they now display that, is really weird compared to how it used to be. You have to look for ages to find the right formation that you want, as opposed to just naming it what it actually is. And even then, just navigating around is fairly awkward. Sometimes, you know, links don't go to each other. You can't have from one player to another. You have to go back to one to get to the other, if you get what I mean. But the instructions are kind of cool, but they're going to take a little bit of time to get used to, I think. You know, to work out what does what, and whether they are affected at all or majorly by work rates. Moving on to the gameplay now, and I need to do this quickly given the clips that show it are at the start. I think the AI on this game is very realistic, but not always in a good way. You see here the way that Thiago Silva slides in, the way that David Luiz covers. You'll see again in a second in the replay. He goes across too far. He doesn't need to take that second step, and because he does, it gives Messi the room to turn and fire across the goalkeeper. Now, in real life, yes, they cover, but the second step isn't necessary. That's some goal from Suarez, by the way. Lovely goal, that. And if you go back to the first clip as well, you'll see my slide with Mathieu. If I don't do that, I'm fine, but because I do, I balls it up. And mistakes on this game, I think, are often punished, or will often be punished, and it's going to make gameplay really interesting. You need to be careful, choose your moments, and this clip for me sums that up perfectly. I think, what centre-back is it that slides in there? Is it Socrates? I don't know. But I wait, choose my moments, I've got some space, Oscar turns and buries it, and then proceeds to kick the living shit out of the corner flag in front of a policeman. You're right, Plod. But yeah, I think you need to really choose your moments and be careful of mistakes, because when you do, the AI aren't quite perfect enough for them to not be punished. And you can see again the AI here. What the fuck is Demichelis doing? I'm just going to stand there and let him run past. But, and again, Joe Hart, keepers, ignore them, they're not done yet. Oh, well, indeed. I think the animations look very good, by the way. The shooting and the tackling animations especially. You know, some of the falls you can do are spectacular, but they're not ridiculous like they were in FIFA 12 when the impact engine was awful. The impact engine on this seems very good indeed. You know, they've been working on that now for, what, 3 years, so it should be pretty damn good. Other things regarding the gameplay, I think generally it seems pretty good at the moment. You can play it however you want. You can play it quick or slow, fluid, or you know, long ball. You just got to build your team for it. And the next goal coming up after this, again, it's a keeper fuck up, but I love this goal from Aguero. Aguero, for me, the best player that I used on the demo. Very, very good. Didn't seem weak, hard to push off the ball, and a deadly right foot. But this goal here, you can see there, the centre half makes a mistake, and boop, I love that goal. But yeah, everything with the gameplay seems good to me. The passing, the dribbling seems as it should be. There is a noticeable difference between stats as well, and players that do have certain dribbling styles do dribble differently to others. I also really like that headed touch there from Zlatan. They wouldn't have done that in previous games, but I love how they've added that so he can touch it down and fire past the keeper. Again though, defender fuck up. Careful of mistakes this year, lads. Really, really careful. And this is another one, you have to take your time. I didn't take my time. I nearly lost it there with Cavani, but because I got lucky, I played the best 1-2 ever with Cabai, and Cabai can stick that in. So there is a theme developing here as to what I think about the game, but overall I like it very, very much, and I'm looking forward to the full release. As you'd expect, there's a few new additions to Ultimate Team 15, and the most notable of these by a long way is the introduction of a new base attribute, the physical attribute, and I think this is a good idea because on previous FIFAs you had no way of telling how strong someone is apart from going and looking at their in-game stats. The only physical stats you had an idea of was sprint speed and acceleration, which of course went into pace. However, I'm not sure quite why they've moved heading into shooting. They do or could perhaps change shooting to attacking in future games, as of course you've then got attacking and defending. Might make sense, I don't know, I'm sure EA have already considered it. You've then got the lone player option, which for me is a more useful addition for the more casual gamer, as of course a lot of us YouTubers can afford these players. Unless you're doing a Road to Glory, I guess you could incorporate lone players in some way, which might be kind of cool. And another addition for the casual gamer, I think it's for the casual gamer, is the concept squad. And the reason I think it's more aimed at those people is because we all know, us people that go on Twitter, go online, always or already know, sorry, about FUTWIZ and other sites like that where you can build your squads, but also find out about in-game stats, traits, weak foot, skill moves, and even reviews from other players, stuff like that. So concept squads, a decent idea for people who don't know other stuff is there, but for me, for the rest of us, it's a couple of years too late. And the final addition is that of the friendly seasons, which is kind of, you know, a good addition, something I've wanted for quite a while, to be fair, and it's nice to see it on Ultimate Team, as I think it will get used quite a bit. Moving on to the very controversial topic that is indeed the player ratings, and I'm not going to spend too long because of course everyone's already voiced their opinion on these, but starting off with Pirlo and his pace downgrade, and for me, this is how you deal with pace downgrades on this game. You have to tailor their instructions in team management to suit them. You have to have it so they don't push forward at every opportunity. They sit back, cut passing lanes and free roam in and out of space into the midfield. You've then got players who I believe are too low. Fabregas, Diego Costa, Di Maria, Yaya Toure, Sergio Aguero and Luis Suarez I all think are one too low, maybe even two in Yaya's, Diego Costa's and Fabregas's case. That downgrade for Fabregas is an absolute joke. Nice to see Neymar and Rodriguez at the same rating, as I believe that is a fair representation of their ability. Rooney is the same rating as them, no, we'll see. I don't think he deserved a -2 downgrade, but is he an 86 overall player? I don't know. Of course, he had a fairly decent season for United last year, despite the fact he's been fairly average in an England shirt. Manuel Neuer had a fantastic World Cup. I'd say that upgrade is justified, as is Zlatan's. Robin as well, again a brilliant season, took over from where Ribéry left off a couple of years ago. And then you've got Ronaldo and Messi. Now, I don't understand why Messi was downgraded. I don't understand why Ronaldo wasn't upgraded. I think the one difference between the two is fair, the one overall difference, but for me it should be 94 and 93, not 93 and 92. Of course, however, EA have done that so they can fit in more informs and team of the seasons and team of the years. And now moving on to the new legend cards. 15 of them in all, I think. Is it 15? Something like that. And they've got a fairly decent selection of them. But the first thing, I'm going to whinge about is why are they not releasing them in one go? Or, well, we all know why they are, cha-ching, but why not release them in one go? It's seriously annoying that they're going to stagger them up to Team of the Year when that's released in January. Because I want to use Beckenbauer now. No, I don't. I can't afford him. But yeah, speaking of Beckenbauer, what is it with short centre-backs? I guess he's not very small at 5'11". Happy birthday, by the way, De Kaiser. But you've got Baresi and Bobby Moore as well, both below 6 foot. And speaking of Bobby Moore, what the fuck is wrong with his rating? If you get in the 20th Century Team of the Year, the World 20th Century Team of the Year, you are not an 88. You are far better than that. But even then, he looks to be a pretty good card. Butragueno, the Spanish striker, I think he was at Real Madrid in his career, looks to be a very, very good card actually. Fantastic pace, shooting and dribbling. Might be kind of Aguero-esque in how he plays. And I'm looking forward to using him. Roberto Carlos, of course, going to be very well hyped. Looks to be a good card. Only the second Brazilian left after we lost Romario last year due to a feud with his agent. But yeah, Roberto Carlos looks good. You've also got Bremer, the German left wing back, who to me perhaps looks better than Roberto Carlos. Stronger, taller, and of course 5-star weak foot. JJ Okocha, we've got a new 5-star skiller legend, looks to be pretty okay. And you've then got the Danish trio of the Laudrup brothers and Peter Schmeichel. And Schmeichel looks to be pretty good, but it's going to be hard to link him into a team, of course, given there's so few good Danish centre-backs. You're going to have to use one of the many, many legend centre-backs that are now on the game. But yes, guys, that is going to be that for my thoughts on FIFA 15. Really looking forward to the game. Do be sure to leave a like on the video if you are also looking forward to it, and if you enjoyed the video. And yes, see you Tuesday for some Team of the Week predictions. Bye!